Starbuck. You see a little mound of snow behind me. I'm actually gearing up to make a quinzee so I can test my winter rated sleeping bag. And so this is going to be a snow, not fort, but a little mound. We had a storm yesterday, so I'd set up that hill to kind of collect drifting snow. We didn't get nearly as much snow as I thought, and we had about 70-kilometer-hour winds blowing stuff around. So I'm going to keep on piling stuff up until it's ready to actually hollow out. Probably going to take a few days yet. It's about minus 20 Celsius here today, so it'll be good to get a little warm-up activities piling on there. Hey, so I wound up getting the shell done. It's probably about 5.5 feet high. We're looking at about 8 to 9 feet around, and that's where I wanted it to be. I'm letting it set because I'm not in a survival situation. I can actually let that snow settle for a couple of days, and it is Christmas time, so we'll see when I get the schedule to then hollow it out. So what I do, I've got my spare wood pile over there. I'm going to be making sticks and marking it off. I want this shelter to have maybe a 10-inch walls, so it's thick enough to be insulated. And after that, I'll carve it out. I'll make a slightly depressed hole to get out so the cold air can kind of pour out the bottom. A little air hole, so we'll see that progress as we make it. Hey there everybody, so this is 2 days later in Quinzee building. I let this snow pile settle for, well, I just left it for about 2 days. Normally you'd be making that shelter that day, so several hours later. Over the 2 days, it's probably sank about a foot down, settled in nice. I got some sticks, some twigs, and made sure that to put markers so that the walls end up being about 10 inches thick. I know they say about a foot thick, but I figured, well, I'll try to give myself a little more room. There's my exit hole. It is not big enough. I've been carving it out by shovel a bit, but I find by mitt is probably the best. And I haven't hit any of my sticks yet, so I know my walls are still thick enough, so I'm just expanding it, make as much room as I can get, and then see how I'll prep it for sleeping once it's all done inside here. Alright, so here I am, December 26th, I think, yep. In the afternoon, I've got my quinzee carved out. You can see my door, my toe is sticking outside. And I've got brought a tarp in, some reflective insulation. I'm gonna just to put under my sleeping bag. So tonight will be the night to try it out. Forecast says it'll be about minus 15 degrees Celsius. Got my trusty Bear thermometer here. That's telling me this afternoon is about minus 5, even though the phone says minus 8. So we'll see what it actually is. I just wanted to make sure that I'm set up for tonight. I've got a few advantages of not being in a survival situation because I can have the leisure to bring whatever equipment that I wanted to in here. A light if I need. I probably won't overnight because the cold will kill batteries pretty quick, but I'll have my phone because then I can have it close by. So I'll give you a report before we settle in for the night. Alrighty folks, it's Clayton here. I'm going to give you a quick snapshot of my setup. It's not too much to see, just a bunch of snow, my entrance, kind of blocking it a little bit with my boots, and I'm all settled in. It is right now minus 10 outside, and I brought a thermometer in here. I showed you earlier. It was about minus 5 when I first came inside the shelter, and now it's minus 3. I've got my body heat and the candle going on. So I've got this Hot Core Nirvana 300 sleeping bag. It's rated for comfort at -18 and the limit is -28, both degrees Celsius. So I think I'm going to have it pretty good in here. This is definitely not my first time sleeping outside in the winter, but it's always been intense. This is my first time sleeping in a snow structure. And last year I was out, it was about -17 and it was so brutal. I'm regretting having not tried actually making a quinzee like this. Now, I'm not going to keep that candle on because I do not want it eating up any more oxygen than it should. I do have my additional vent hole. I'll plug the entrance just a little bit, maybe put a tarp over my boots, but I want airflow there as well. So I'm gonna expect a beautiful sleep out here, and I'll let you know how the bag and the quinzee goes in the morning. Good night. Hey there, everybody. It's good morning time. It's almost 8 in the morning, and had a good sleep out here. I could have used some sort of a mattress, but I wanted to. You don't want to go too extravagant just when you have the advantage of being near your house. So the temperature inside here is it's about -7 on the thermometer in here. My phone says -11 outside. This is nice. I wasn't generating a lot of heat myself, so the bag was pretty good insulating, keeping me warm. I had a decent sleep, and now it's time for the painful part of getting out of the bag and doing your routine to clean up. But hey, when you can survive sleeping outside in the winter, some of those little pain points are just minor issues. I gotta get outside to that. So all in all, it was a good experience sleeping in this quinzee. The bag is continuing to hold up to the sub-zero temperatures, so good experience overall.